Hello, Renuka. Um, there are certain things that keep happening in life as human beings, and we are quite curious to know what are the soul journeys. But if we are living our lives as human beings, what is the requirement of knowing what are the soul journeys? Can you please show us or tell us what really happens, or whether it is necessary or not?
A lot of people actually tell me whenever I send quotes on souls or articles on souls or thoughts about soul journeys, they are like, you're not understanding that humans go through so many problems. What are we supposed to do with this soul knowledge? So this is not new question to me. Um, Firstly, the unawareness that people have that this human body and this human self is separate from soul. That in itself is an illusionary thought. It's because of the soul, the choice of the soul. You're born as a human. You're born as another form, as an animal, as a virus, as a bacteria, or as anything which is life. And I believe that many things which do not even have life, as we know, also actually is a form which the soul has decided to take and be present in a physical world. So all these mountains, waterfalls, this is a form, and the soul has chosen that form to be born with in a physical world. So when people say that, how does it apply to a human life? All I can say through my experience, of course, not my own experience, but experience as a therapist, is that whatever the human beings are going through in their lifetime, it is what the soul has chosen for them. And it is the soul who has given the actual purpose for that human being as to why it needs to take birth, why Renuka needs to be born. My soul has decided its purpose. And my challenge since the day I'm born on earth is to get closer and closer to that purpose for which I have taken birth as Renuka. So, this is how you cannot separate a soul from a human self. Now, with regard to human life, how do soul journeys give any answers or give any solution or do anything for human life? A simple thing as death. When you come to know that when a human form or a human being dies, the form remains as a part of physical earth, but what goes away is the soul. And a soul is endless. So, life as we know as a human being, in a human form, probably ends on earth. But if we are born from a soul to a human and then end up again a soul, soul is immortal. Once we know this concept that death is not the end, it becomes so much easier for a person to not be fearful of death. I'm not saying that people shouldn't be afraid of death because, of course, the way you die, for example, an accident or an illness which you have for months or years, and you are in pain and you die, yes, it's a painful process which leads you to death. But you will not fear death in itself once you know how a soul journey is. So, this is how the knowledge of the soul can help you understand a human journey better And it's not understanding a human journey. All the emotions that we go through, and the topmost emotion which every human being has is fear. Once you know your soul journeys, what soul is all about, that fear within you as a human being is like a thing of your past, a very distant past. I can keep on giving more examples, but I think so. The example of death in itself explains how a soul can help a human. Knowing about a soul can help a human life.
Thank you so much for actually explaining it through the example of death, because it gives a lot of depth to life and also the connection between the soul and the human body. Thank you.
You're welcome.